Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to set up the change compass. It's a pretty easy process and we'll take you through every step. So this is the screen that you'll see when you first sign into the change compass. And all we're going to do is click this company settings and then field setup. So here what we have is a series of different fields organized into these tabs. So in each of these tabs, basically to change any of these fields, you simply add this button add, or to edit and delete them, you could use these buttons as well. So it's pretty easy. Now in the first tab, what we have is change type. Now what that means is what is the type of change that this initiative is all about? Is it a customer change? Is it about a marketing program? Is it more of an operational change, or is it a policy change? So we would actually advise you to actually leave these fields unless you feel very strongly that some of these don't really apply to your organization. Let's go ahead to the next phase. Phase is really about which stage of the initiative it's currently in. So is the initiative in design stage? Is it in rollout stage? Or is it just in startup stage? So these are quite generic terms that we use so that anyone from the business can actually understand what you mean, as opposed to those in project organizations or project teams. Again, to change, edit, or delete, use the same buttons. Now in the third tab, this is strategic alignment. And what that means is any organization or company often has a set of strategies, and an initiative could be aligned to one of those strategies. So this is an area for you to input those strategies. And it makes it easy for you to tell which one fits into which strategic pillar. However, if you would rather keep it simple, you could always delete these if you would like. Let's go ahead to the next tab, which is the geography tab. Now this is really about what are the different states, cities, countries, or even regions that your organization might have. And it helps you to pin down and delineate, which of these geographies an initiative could actually impact. The next one is stakeholder. So this is quite a critical one, and we would advise that you would leave this to be as simple as possible. So you would actually, most companies would have frontline or third party or vendors, SME or subject matter experts, or even senior stakeholders. And we would really advise you not to have too many of these different categories, because what happens is it makes it much more complicated to really read and follow to what level a particular stakeholder is impacted throughout time in the reporting section. Now, in the activity section, this is really about what are the different change activities. So is it a go live activity? Is it about training? Is it about communicating to a large group of people within the organization? Or it is that we've actually rolled the initiative out and it's currently in embedment period of time, meaning that employees are starting to embed the behaviors of the change. Now this tab is really about different customer types. So this really refers to different customer segments that your company might have, or it could be customers that really use one of your products or one of your services. So that's how you could categorize different types of customers and the impact that an initiative could have on them. Now the last tab is really about benefit type, and the reason we put in this field is so that it helps you to really prioritize and determine to what extent an initiative is critical or important compared to another initiative. Now, it could be the benefit could be financial or non-financial, and your organization could have different categories in terms of what financial means or what non-financial means. Could be dollar amount or another category of determining the benefit. And so feel free to really adjust this section as appropriate. After we've gone through this, ensure that each of these fields are the right fields for your organization. Let's go ahead to the company hierarchy section, which is actually quite a critical part of the setup. So what we're going to do here is actually to set up the 3 levels of hierarchy for your organization. Now, they may be similar to an org chart, but not really, because this is really about what are the 3 levels of division, subdivision, and teams within your organization. So it's really not about people or roles, but about groups of people. So here you could see that there's a lot of different divisions. So whether it's corporate affairs, HR, manufacturing, retail, etc. And so let's actually go ahead and do an exercise. So let's say we want to add a new division, and we want to call it quality and risk control. And it's going to be division, so we just leave it as is at divisional level and click save. So then you would actually see that new division here. Now let's say we want to add the next layer, which is under quality and risk control. So let's go ahead and add that. Now we're going to call that quality risk team A. And it's going to be in a subdivision level. Now, which division are we going to put that under? We're going to put that under the quality and risk control division. And let's go ahead and save that. So now you could actually see that that's now under quality and risk control. Let's go ahead and actually now enter a team, which is under quality risk team A. So let's call it team region 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to have that at a team level, and we're going to park that under subdivision. Let's have a look. So we want to put it under quality risk team A and then save it. So now you could actually see under quality and risk control division, the subdivision would be quality risk team A, and the team after that and the next level would be team regional 1, 2, 3. So this is pretty much how you add the hierarchy within the tool. Let's say you wanted to change the name. You could always go ahead and edit and make the relevant changes and save. And that's pretty much all it is. So let's say you've actually set up the whole hierarchy. Now you'll see that one of the next tabs is called company settings. This is where you could actually load your company logo. And now at this section called loading level, we would actually advise you not to really look into that. We'll have another section, another video whereby we'll actually look into how you determine the loading level and take you through that process. Disable notification. So we would advise that you leave this as ticked, because what happens is if an initiative is entered and has not been edited, changed for more than 4 weeks, at the end of a 4-week period, that initiative owner would actually get an email for them to go back to the tool and actually update the details, or if things are still the same, click the verify button. So that's how that works. Okay, great. So that's pretty much it in terms of setting the change compass up for your organization. Now, once you've done that, go ahead and go to the initiative section and start to enter each of your initiatives.